You know, the excitement is building for this Saturday's Racks by the Tracks event in downtown Kingsport. And this morning, Shannon Vaughn from Bare Bones BBQ and Frank Lett with Visit Kingsport join us in the kitchen. And we're going to talk about how you prep ribs, because I have a feeling you're going to have to serve a few of these this weekend.
I hope a whole bunch.
A whole bunch. I was being sarcastic, but
I hope the prediction of the weather to drop off and be nice is perfect.
Oh, yeah. And Frank, y'all are looking for it. This is something y'all been planning since last Racks.
Absolutely, yeah. When we finished up last fall, we started rolling for this year, so we're ready to rock and roll Saturday.
And you told me you got about 10 barbecue vendors that are going to be there.
That's right, 10 barbecue vendors, a few other food and concessions vendors, and then obviously we'll talk later about the other things we have.
And those got their place too. But Shannon, talk to us about how you prep ribs, because I think a lot of folks are at home. They have those home smokers. I'm talking about getting one. I'll need to learn this, so show us how you prep your ribs.
Sure, and there's any number of ways you can research on the internet, but what I've found best, you need two tools.
Okay.
Your hands and a paper towel.
All right. I got both of them. All right.
The most important part is you want to pull this membrane.
Right.
And that's where it can get tricky. Some people use butter knives, spoons. I have found if you grab kind of in the middle and the end of the rib, if you bend it, you'll see the membrane start to lighten up right there. Yeah. So once you see where it lightens up, and that's usually about the third or fourth bone, then you can take your paper towel and get a hold of that membrane.
And how easy is that?
And just work that right off there. You work your way.
But you got to get that thing off of there.
Absolutely, yeah. It's going to cook up and be like a piece of wax paper if you
don't want that.
No, you want your ribs tender and falling apart, and juicy and
once you get it started, it comes all the way off.
Once you get it started, it'll just pull right off.
Well, there you go.
And then, a lot of people like to take their rib and they'll put mustard on it for a binder. I personally don't like to use a binder, so I just go right in with my rub. I'll give it a little on the back.
Now, I'm going to ask you, and you don't have to answer, can you tell us what's in your rub? Or
a lot of spices.
A lot of spices. We're going to leave it right there, okay, because it's a secret. But, oh, man, it smells good. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. So, man, tell me how many racks of ribs do you prepare on a normal week?
We'll do between 25, 35.
Okay.
We only do ribs on Friday and Saturday nights at the restaurant.
You got to make sure Friday and Saturdays.
We do ribs and brisket on those nights because we've got chicken and dumplings on Tuesday, and sometimes we'll do meatloaf or brisket sandwiches on Wednesday. So we kind of like to vary our specials so everybody can come on every night and get something different.
All right.
And Frank, a little bit of a mess.
For Racks by the Tracks, the folks like Bare Bones that are coming out there is like a competition among themselves.
That's correct. We do give prizes, and at the end there's different things. Shannon he's here today because he wins the most. No pressure, but
that's probably just because I've been there the most. I've been there every year except the third. So.
There's something to be said about experience and longevity. Okay, all right. But you got that rub on there. Do you put it on both sides? Or?
I do a little on the back.
Okay.
And then I concentrate on getting a good one on top. And you can let these set and they'll sweat. Those salts will start to pull some of that moisture out, and you'll see them start to glaze over. Or you can go straight on the smoker just like this.
Right. And when you go on the smoker, what do you smoke? What temperature are you smoking at?
I like to cook between 225 and 250 degrees.
Okay.
Ribs are going to take about 5 hours to 6 if you're doing a full spare.
Okay.
And there's several methods. What we use is called a 2-2-1. That means you get 2 hours on the smoke, and then 2 hours wrapped in full, where you can add another layer of flavor. You can use brown sugar, butter, apple juice. Some people use honey, molasses, margarine or butter. I prefer margarine because it's less likely to burn than butter.
Right.
And then that gives you just another layer of flavor on your rib. And then that one at the end is that extra 1 hour on your smoke to get that extra little bit of smoke, and gives you time to glaze it with a sauce if you want to glaze it.
And folks, right out here is the finished product. And I want to turn this around so folks can see that smokering really good on that. That is fantastic. That's what you're looking for. And tell me about the rest of your menu, because we're talking about the ribs, and you mentioned brisket, but you have a very extensive menu.
We do, yes. We've got, of course, we do a pulled chicken sandwich and pulled pork sandwich. That's kind of standard for any barbecue place. And we have sides. We have potato salad, baked beans, macaroni and cheese, coleslaw. We'll do pasta salad. Trying to think of them all now. You put me on the spot. Our barbecue nachos is one of our big sellers.
Out there.
We have both varieties of those out front, and the chicken on that side and the pork over on this. We do a loaded baked potato.
Oh, goodness.
Which is basically the nachos, but a potato, big old potato underneath, which is my favorite.
You're talking my language there. Yeah.
It's my favorite, and
you can't go wrong with meat and taters.
No, absolutely not, especially when it's smoked. And then we do a smoked bologna sandwich. I mean, we've got all kinds of stuff. We've got, you know, grilled cheese for the kids. There's something for everybody on our menu.
All right, and you even got. We'll talk about Miss Cookie's desserts a little later. Okay.
We sure will.
All right, Frank, Shannon, we appreciate you being here today, folks. We're going to tell you about Bare Bones BBQ. They're located right there, 5340 Memorial Boulevard in Kingsport. You want to find out more? Go to their website. I did this morning. It is a great website, or give them a call.